Hey guys, it's Andrew with AKVB Bricks here. Happy New Year. We'll start there. First video of 2025, already starting off strong. You can probably already tell that the audio quality has increased, and that's because my wife got me the Rode USB Plus microphone kit. This little guy right here. Um, we'll be using that in every video going forward to try and help out with the audio quality and just help the overall content quality grow. Now, in 2024, we went to Brick Convention Long Island and we were issued a challenge by a young builder. His name was Gavin, and he gave us this small build with tan, red, brown, dark tan, dark orange, and medium nougat, I believe. I'll put up a picture on screen so you guys can see it as well. He said, you have 2 hours to use this color palette, as well as being able to add foliage elements, just because LEGO has a limited color palette for all the foliage elements. But my wife would have to sneak in a blue stud about halfway through, and it had to remain visible in the end result. So without further ado, let's hop into the time lapse. Alright, so as you can see, we've started off with our 16 by 16 plate, simple black border, got some water elements in the middle, adding in some of our various color elements to try and just frame this build and make it a bit less boring. As we go through here, you'll see we've got even red brown sneaking in as well. And as we go, my wife actually just snuck in and added that blue stud. And we've got our palm trees coming up and adding a bit more foliage just to try and figure out how I want to frame this. And you'll see that speeder bike in the back right corner there. That will actually become important, but it was not included in the 2-hour build itself. It's just added to increase the recognizability of the scene in the end. All right, and we are back from the time lapse here. We've got our completed build. I know you saw it briefly at the end of the time lapse there. So we've got it displayed here without the speeder bikes, just because they were not built within the 2-hour time frame. I actually had them built outside of that. So it was kind of, I had them and I knew the scene I wanted to build for them. As you can see, we got olive green, we got medium nougat, or dark tan, of course. Me and many other builders alike love some dark tan. But we've got regular tan in here, and I normally don't use that as much. Funny enough, that's ended up being filler a lot of the time, more than anything else. Obviously, we've got our palm trees here. I did end up using like 1x1 round bricks at the base, but then you see it switches to cones, and there's really no reason for that other than I just ran out of the 1x1 round bricks at the time. So we'll say it gives it a little bit more of an organic look. Whatever you got to do to justify it, you know. We've got this multi-tiered rock formation here, and that's very unique to one particular planet that we've seen in Star Wars, and that, of course, is Seleucami, in what is like an 8-second sequence of Revenge of the Sith. And that is actually where these speeder bikes come in. So you see this little round nub here. That'll become important, but we'll put our bark speeder in the back here. If I can do so without breaking it in half. There we go. And we'll put the other speeder up front here. So now it should become very apparent to our Revenge of the Sith fans out there. This guy keeps falling down though. That I'm trying to do the speeder bike sequence for this. Oh God, Adi Gallia. That was the Jedi Knight that ends up dying in this scene. But I liked the setup around it, so once this speeder bike was built for Endor, I had found a pretty darn good bark speeder that kept it minifigure scale, and I'm actually going to show the creator on screen, and I'll have a link in the description for the free instructions that you can pick up as well. He does a really good 91st Recon version, but also in the same instruction pack, a 501st version that I think a lot of you guys might like. Now, adding other elements to the scene to really give it that Star Wars mid-late Clone Wars look, of course. I'll show you now. We've got the Clone Army Customs battle droid here. It's, you know, it's damaged. It's in the foliage. It's not getting up anytime soon. But also in this back corner here on the little bush, we've got the Clone Army Customs like weathered helmet. Just little elements to try and, you know, make it very clear that this is not just a Star Wars scene, but it is Order 66. Like, the war is about to end. I had a lot of fun doing this. As soon as he showed me the color palette, I actually had a build kind of like this in mind. And of course, I didn't cheat my way out of it. The blue stud is in fact visible right there under the slope. And I even put in front of it one of these sand green like open clips, so it's not completely hidden, but hidden enough for me. Yeah, and this is actually one of my few builds of late that doesn't have any lighting whatsoever, because I honestly think it holds up really well on its own, and it didn't really make sense to add lighting unless I had the blasters firing on the speeder bike, so I didn't want to do that just yet. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We're going to be doing more challenges like this in the future. As for like channel update type stuff, we'll ramble about that here for a minute. I don't think I'm going to be doing the one video a week schedule anymore. Obviously, I let it fall apart a couple of times last year, so I'd rather just be open and upfront about it. Expect one a month, and I'm going to try and make a little bit longer content, higher quality. In between, I might try and get like a short or a reel out or two, but you know, no promises there. We are going to be moving out of this apartment about halfway through the year, so there'll probably be a little bit of a hiatus there, but hopefully we will have a wonderful new video with a new setup where I'm actually shown on camera and not kind of hiding off to the side just because of the space constraints here. Really excited for 2025, where the channel's going, and honestly where the community is going. So I really do hope that I can make some good contributions to that. And yeah, we'll see you around, and see you on the next video. Have a good one.